What's going on, everyone? Today I have something a bit different. Obviously in photography, videography, whatever you're working in the creative field, your gear is important. What computer you edit on, how much RAM, memory, graphics card, everything, how all that holds up so that way you can accomplish what you kind of need to accomplish gets done in an effective way. But a lot of people do forget about like the peripherals, maybe a better keyboard or a better mouse. And I have something interesting here. Obviously, by the name of the title, you can see what it is. But BenQ, if you don't know BenQ, they make amazing monitors, very, very color accurate, very popular in this creative industry. They actually make other stuff than monitors as well. And they emailed me and said, hey, do you want to check out this new thing or one of the newer things that we have? And it's the ScreenBar Plus. It's a light that goes above your computer. And as simple, basic as that may sound, I'm like, okay, well, really what use is it? And one of the basic cool thing about this is that you can go between color temperatures, you can control the brightness, you can use ambient mode to get an accurate reading for the room. And it's a direct light over your workspace that doesn't reflect actually on your computer screen. So if you've ever tried to set up a desk or a workstation or anything, lighting is very, very difficult, and it's actually pretty important. And like you'll see in some B-roll and everything as I go through this doesn't leak onto the screen. Your screen gives a perfect readout. You have nothing hindering it. So it's not going to be some weird reflections going on, and you see your workspace perfectly. And especially when you're in a weird situation like this, like over there is just another light, like over there. If I turn that on, it's not going to be great, and I'm basically kind of in a dark zone with the way my apartment is. So having something that can go on is a big plus. So this BenQ ScreenBar Plus, I'm going to show you what's in it. It's 129 bucks, but I'm also going to say it's something I highly recommend, something that's overlooked, and something that just seems so simple, kind of makes an impact actually. So when you open up this bad boy right here, it's pretty simple. You basically get three things. One of the first things you get is the counterweight. And the cool thing on it is it has basically, I don't know if they're rubber, but they're two protective pieces. A for the top part of your computer screen so that way you don't damage it. And for the back of your computer as well. Now this version won't be good for laptop. They do have their own version for that. I'll show that down below. They didn't ask me to mention that or anything, but if you want a version like that as well, it's a bit smaller and it'll be for your laptop, but this is mainly just for your big computer, your towers out there. And it really just hooks into your USB. There's no power cord in it, so it's easy to use and carry and travel with. And it just hooks up micro USB from the little control dial that you have. That's another thing that you get inside the box. Very simple to use. Cover that in a second. And then you get the matte black, kind of looks silver on camera though. The actual light that you put on top of your screen. You just clip it in real quick, hook up the cords, and you're good to go. So it's pretty easy to set up as well. So the operations of the light is actually very simple. The big dial is your on and off. So you click it on, click it off. That's how you turn off and on the light. And if you look at the dial itself, you're going to see three buttons mainly. The top button, or the top looking thing, is actually an ambient sensor to the room. So to the left, to the left of the dial, where you click on and click off and you control the brightness, there's another little button, and that is your ambient mode. So when you have that on, that sensor will read the room, and you'll be able to get what it thinks is a great setting for you in your workspace. I personally don't use ambient mode, so I like to control however I like it. Once again, I'm in a darker zone, so it might not go as bright as I want it. So what I found the best fit for me was to be able to control everything myself, and that is using the button on to the right. And the button on the right basically allows you to control, if you hit it once, you see a little button to the left, a little glow up LED, and it'll be your color temperature. And you can go all the way from 2700 Kelvin, which is your warmer light, all up to your 6500 Kelvin, more blue, common light like you're seeing right now, more daylight. So all depending on the mood you want, I'll show you in B-roll what both look like. You have the spectrum there. And then you click that same button again. Instead of your color temperature, you control the brightness. And left is dimmer, right is brighter. And you can really see how that works there as well. And as a content creator, I know it's not 100% a selling point that they even think would matter, but even if I turn this on in the background, like you see, I kind of have this Einstein bulb right here, but even if I turned it on just to add a little bit more accent lighting, just something in the background from the simple view. One sec. So there's the bar right there. I have it set to 2700 Kelvin, and then on the right, you'll see all my, I think those are the Google Pixel phone boxes that have my setup that you didn't see before. So like you have something like that, and then if you turn it all the way to daylight, now you have it a normal daylight color that kind of matches the scene a little bit. Now I'm going to switch it off, and as you see, it goes away, and now it's dark and doesn't really stand out. So I think it even helps from a content creation standpoint. So I don't know, it's just a really cool thing. Thank you, BenQ, for sending this out. Once again, it's something I didn't think would be 100% useful, but knowing what I know now, I think it's a really cool accessory not a lot of people know about. And yet again, you can have a very minimalistic, clean style look on your desk like I try to do to mine, and you'd be happy with something like this. Once again, it's $130. A lot of good lights cost $80 to $100 itself. So this really isn't that far off, and you have more control with it, color temperature wise, and it's very accurate as well. The BenQ ScreenBar Plus. It's a reading light, it's a desk light, content creation light, whatever you want to use it for. It's just something cool that that BenQ also does besides just monitors. That's about it. That's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, but pretty cool, pretty useful actually.